Hello, everyone. This is yours truly, DK, back with another video here on the Infinite Blessings channel. If you're new here, this channel is based off the principles of law of assumption and Neville Goddard. So today's topic is going to be about how to use your imagination. To kick it off right, let's first read a quote from Neville pertaining to the imagination. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire and then you believe it to be true. Every dream could be realized by those self-disciplined enough to believe it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it all boils down to this. This is how you use your imagination, according to Neville. First things first, you must first decide what it is you want to be, do, and have in this world. And once you decide, then you're going to ask yourself, why do I want to be, do, and have those things? Just to make sure you have crystal clear clarity of what you truly want to be, do, and have in this world. Once that's done, then you will construct a scene that implies its fulfillment. To do this, you will ask yourself these questions right here. What would the feeling be like if I were the person that I want to be, do, or have? Once you ask that question, images are going to pop up in your head. Ask yourself, what all would I see? What all would I touch, taste, smell, hear? Depending on what type of subject that you're manifesting. Okay, let's just take my story for instance. When I first started putting this law to the test, I started off with pizza, right? There was a time in my life where I didn't know when the next time I was going to have that pizza. So what I did was I sat down on the couch and I closed my eyes and then I began to imagine that pizza right there in front of me on the table. I began to feel myself at the kitchen table or the dining room table where there's a box of pizza, and I'm picking up that slice, I'm smelling it, the steam coming from the pizza because it's all, hot and ready like Little Caesars. So I'm, in my scene, I imagine picking it up and tasting how that pizza would taste and just enjoying the delicious taste of it. Now, I done did that scene multiple times, I believe. So, I constructed the scene that implies my wishes being fulfilled, right? And then Neville said, give it all the tones of reality, which means I incorporated some of my five senses into it. In that imaginal act, I brought my sense of taste, my sense of sight, and my sense of touch into the imaginal act. So, weeks later, I kid you not, weeks later, I was led to be at a certain place at a certain time at the bus stop. And in front of the bus stop, there's a man sitting right there in that booth with a small box of pizza. I kid you not, true story. And he was just devouring, just going to town on that pizza. So he looked up and he realized that I was looking at him. And so he was like, hey, you want some? And I looked at him and said, sure. And then I went on across the street and stuff. And then he took his last slice of pizza that he was going to eat. And he left me the other slice in the, in the box. And then it hadn't dawned on me until I finished eating that pizza. And I was like, I imagine this. This stuff really, really works. So that's what I did. Now, Neville also mentioned once you've done the imaginal act and it takes upon the tones of reality, you then will walk across a bridge of events that will lead you towards the fulfillment of your desire, right? So in that case scenario, that was my bridge. I was led to go outside on that day. I forgot where I was going to. I think I was heading towards the library or something like that. But I was led to go to that bus stop at the exact same time where that guy was sitting across the street from me at the booth himself eating that pizza. So my conscious mind could not even comprehend on how that took place. I just know it was just one of those scenarios where you was at the right place and at the right time. So and then on top of that, Once you're doing these imaginal acts, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what I'm saying, making it as real as possible in your imagination, you are also going to begin to see signs, those indicators of that thing is getting ready to happen for you. But here's the thing, don't dwell upon the signs. We are the one that gives those signs meaning. Those signs means nothing without you giving meaning to it. Remember that. So you can say these signs, these signs are means that I'm getting closer and closer to my desire, or my desires are already here with me. So it depends on you. But don't just stop by the signs. Just continue to dwell within the end of that imaginal act. Live in the end as Neville instructed. In the Bible, that's called walking by faith and not by sight. So all around you, you may not see not one solid evidence of your desire or your wishes being fulfilled. But if you persist in that imaginal act, oh, another thing too, it's not about the imaginal act, it's what implies, it's what that imaginal act implies. It's the implication of that imaginal act. Neville once said too. So whatever your desire is, if you want to get, a new car, what implies to you that you now have that new car? If you want to get healthy, what implies to you now that you are healthy? It's about what implies that matters. So another example could be like you desire to have a car. What implies what implies now that you have that car? So basically, you could do an imaginal act or recite a phrase like, isn't it wonderful that you now, enjoying your new car? You could use, I remember when. You could use, isn't it wonderful? You could use affirmations. You could use affirmations. Whatever tool or technique that works best for you, do it. It's all about what works best for you. What makes it seem real to you. That's the key right there. So if you desire to have a car or whatever, you could do a scene where you pulling up, in a driveway of a friend or a relative house, honking your horn. Telling them to come on outside and take a look at your ride. So you could do that scene right there. That scene implies that you now have that car. And then from there, you just, live in the end. And then you're going to see signs of that new car. You might be outside, with your best friend or a relative or whatever. You may be outside just minding your own business. Next thing you know, that same car that you want just drives right past you, on the street. You might see that same car, on a billboard. When you drive, when you driving, in your current car right now that you have, or whatever the case may be, and then next thing is you're going to come across a bridge of events. Now that bridge of events could be, you winning that car, you entering a contest that allows you, to win, to win that car that you desire. Or you might get compelled or inspired to go on Craigslist where someone is selling that car to you. Or you'll be led to an ad in a newspaper or in a flyer that tells you, call this number ASAP if you're looking for a new car. Then you call that person up, you come to where they at, and they have that exact desired car that you wanted. It can happen in many different ways and scenarios. The key thing is, don't worry about how it's going to come about. The how is your Father's business, as it's stated in the Bible. And his ways are past finding out. Don't worry about the how. Focus and live in the end. Focus on that feeling of already having whatever it is you want to be or do or have. That's the key. All right, I'm going to end that video from here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this video. Thank you for hitting the like button and subscribing to the Infinite Blessings channel. And I will see y'all next time. Until then, I wish you nothing but infinite blessings from this day moving forward.